One more for the boneyard. You better hide. Here I thought we were having fun. Get some!
That was big payback. Lot of shaking going up.
Come on, asshole! Here's the one!
Warren Smith with the erasure route.
That it? You do what you gotta.
Hey,
Got my attention.
over here.
Bingo.
Move here.
Sure.
That's it.
Another great one from Betty Hutton. Good news is something often in short supply in the Commonwealth, folks. So I'm happy to be able to deliver a little bit to you. If you were one of the folks worrying in hushed tones about the whereabouts of Diamond City's most effective detective, you can rest easy. Nick Valentine is back in town and seemingly none the worse for wear. While details about what happened to him are scarce, I for one am just glad he's back. And in one piece. And if there's any more good news to share, you'll hear it first here on Diamond City Radio. Up next, Frankie Carl and Marjorie Hughes share their hope for one more tomorrow.
What? Lock and load! Ready to shoot a run.
Hey,
I take to think I ever doubted you.
oh yeah? What kind of doubts?
You kidding me? You look like you'd fallen out of the vault that day. I thought I'd see you picking your teeth out of the gutter by sunup. It's just real rare these days. Find someone who's not willing to take things the way they're handed to them. Too many good folks not willing to get their hands dirty. And too many assholes taking advantage of it. Look at what happened to Diamond City. Before McDonough took over, it was a half-decent place to live. A little stricter than I usually go for, but not terrible. I thought he and I had a pretty happy childhood. But then he decides he's gonna try and get elected with his anti-ghoul crusade. Mankind for McDonough. Before you know it, you got families with kids lining up to drag folks they called neighbor out of their homes and throw them to the ruins.
You and McDonough knew each other as kids?
Oh yeah. Guy's my brother. Grew up together in a little shack on the waterfront. Guy was the standard big brother. Entitled, punchy, liked to shove rotten potatoes down my shirt and slap my back. But I never thought he'd be capable of something like what they did to those ghouls.
Why did McDonough campaign against the ghouls?
Because he thought he could win. There'd always been a pretty clear divide between the folks living in the stands and those down on the field. I'm not convinced they didn't do it just to improve their view. I remember storming into his office above the stands after the inauguration speech. He was just standing there, staring out the window, watching as the city turned on the ghouls. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "I did it, John. It's finally mine." Should have killed him right there, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Instead, I pleaded with him, begged him to call it off. He said he couldn't. He had nothing against the ghouls. He was just carrying out the will of the people. And he couldn't betray the voters. And then he smiled. That hideous fucking mile-long smile. He never smiled like that when we were kids. I didn't even recognize him.
He murdered those ghouls.
Him and that whole damn city. I still wasn't a ghoul at this point, so I didn't have to leave, but I couldn't bring myself to stay in that cesspool after that. I'd been sneaking off the Good Neighbor for years to get decent chems, so I knew the safe routes. I managed to track down a couple of the families, lead them there, but most couldn't get used to the Good Neighbor lifestyle. I brought them food for a couple of weeks, but after a while, they just disappeared. Folks in Diamond City signed their death warrants, and all the good people were willing to just sit by and watch. I felt like I was the only one who saw how screwed up things truly were, who couldn't just pretend things were fine. Still feel that way. Or I did. Until I met you. I know I run my mouth, but having someone who sees the world for what it is, and is willing to do something about it, it's meant a lot to me. I feel damn lucky to have you as a friend.
I feel exactly the same, Hancock. It's been a hell of a ride thus far.
Then here's to a long road, with plenty of ammo. Well, thanks for hearing me out. You probably weren't looking for a history lesson, were ya? You want to hit the road? Pretty sure the vaults were built to keep riffraff like us out.
Hold it right there. Vault 81 security. I don't know where you got your hands on a working Pip-Boy, but you better start talking.
I got it in Vault 111.
Vault 111? Haven't heard of that one yet. And what sort of business are you looking to take care of here in 81?
I'm just a traveler. I thought I'd take a look around.
Is that so? And you expect me to believe that? Oh, Overseer.
Who is it, Edwards?
Ma'am, some new Commonwealth traveler. Not one of our usual traders.
Well, if someone wants in, they can earn it like everyone else. Let me speak to them. Sorry about that. Officer Edwards here was just doing his job. I'm sure you can understand our need for caution. For newcomers, we like to operate on exchange. You help us, we help you.
I'm interested. What is it you need?
Fusion cores. 3, to be exact. You get the fusion cores, we grant the access.
What do you need them for?
I'm no engineer, but I've been told we need them to help supplement our power generators. So if the task seems trivial to you, I assure you, it's very important to us.
Done. I happen to have exactly what you need.
Really? Well then, by all means, welcome. I'll be down to meet you at the entrance.
Come on, Gwen. My guys have been working doubles for weeks now. They need a break.
Everyone's working hard right now, Cal. You think I don't know that? Just do the best with what you can. That's all I'm asking.
Fine, I'll see what I can do. But you and I both know we can't keep going on like this.
Sorry about that. As you'll soon see, we have a few maintenance projects underway. Gwen McNamara, Overseer. Welcome to Vault 81. Here, we pride ourselves on having maintained a successful vault over these past 2 centuries. We'd like to be completely self-sufficient, but there are certain resources we can't provide ourselves.
I'm impressed you maintained a successful vault for so long.
Thanks. I owe it to the overseers before me, but some here would disagree. A few believe opening the doors to the Commonwealth was a mistake.
You should be open-minded about the Commonwealth. It has its dangers, but it's got a lot to offer.
It's the dangers that concern me. That's why I like to use a give-and-take system. If outsiders are willing to help us, we're willing to help them. Speaking of, if you're ready, I can take those fusion cores from you.
How often do you end up trading with the outside?
More often than you may think. A couple of times a month, I'd say. It also helps us keep up with Commonwealth news. And the fusion cores? You do have them, don't you?
Here you go. I'm sure you'll put them to good use.
I won't, but Dr. Pensky certainly will. Now, I have work to do.
Ma'am, what about his, friend here?
I'll allow it. Security is already extra mindful as it is. If he's lived this long in the Commonwealth, I'm sure he's chosen his friends wisely. If you need anything else, I'll be in my office.
Another outsider? What'd they let you in for?
Just taking a look around.
Is the Overseer just letting anyone in these days?
I'm a fellow vault dweller.
I don't care where you're from. It's not here. I got nothing to say to you.
Hey there.
So, we got a new visitor today. Don't say anything, but man, I'd love to be out there.
If you want to leave, why don't you just go?
Wish it was that easy. It's scary leaving the vault. And the Commonwealth? It's also unpredictable.
It takes some preparation. I'd learn how to use a gun and be ready to use it before I went out there.
I've never even touched a gun. Now, I can't even say if our security has seen any real combat, but with the hours we're working these days, I'm not even sure where I'd find the time to practice.
Why the long hours?
We're just making sure this roof over our heads doesn't cave in on us. They say it's all the moving parts that have us working round the clock these days. Structurally, I guess 81 is still pretty sound. Vault Tech sure knew what they were doing when they set these places up. Well, I don't want to keep you, and I gotta get back to work. Maybe I'll see you around.
That reputation may have
Hey.
contributed.
Calvin told me I want out so I can slack off. Maybe he's right. This work is just killing
Said
me.
there's a bit of a twist. Bobby has very conspicuously disappeared. Word is there's no
No
trace
signs of
her in the
radiation.
neighborhood.
Impressive.
It's unclear at this time whether she actually.
I heard we had a
pulled off
trade
the
around
job she
today.
was rumored to
Hey,
have
Yeah?
Ashes. What are you doing up here?
Or if some have
Ashes, where are you
suggested
going?
She
Ash!
crossed the wrong people and won't
Damn
be
it.
seen anywhere
Aaron's not
again,
going to like this.
ever.
Never had an incident on my watch, and I don't want to start today.
If you're feeling down,
Officer.
here's
Huh.
Ella.
So you're the reason the patrols are doubled today.
Hope you're not making any trouble. Now that you made it in, we'll be keeping an eye on you. So do us all a favor and behave yourself. I got 2 words on what I expect out of you. Best behavior.
Hey, mister, are you really from the Commonwealth?
Yes, I am.
I knew it! Hey, I can show you around the vault if you want. Just 5 caps.
Sure, but I'm not paying you.
Okay, okay. Boy, you're a real cheapskate. We'll start over here. This is the depot. The Combs family run it. Aaron and I are best friends. Her mom and dad fight a lot, so I don't like to go in there when they're around. But if you need something, they're the ones that have it.
What do they fight about?
I shouldn't tell you this, but everyone says Mr. Combs is sleeping with Tina. Mrs. Combs doesn't know, but he's always leaving her to do all the work while he hangs out with Tina. Next stop, the Overseer. I bet you killed a lot of strange things. Ooh, and raiders. I bet you fought raiders too. The Overseer's office is up there. They're busy up there, and they do not like to be bothered. She makes rules, but she's nice. I like her.
Overseer, huh? I suppose someone needs to be in charge.
Well, if you need her, that's where you'll find her. Next stop, the diner. Now we gotta go downstairs. That's where the diner is. Everybody eats there. Sometimes it gets real crowded. The Somersets are nice though. You'll like them.
Hello, Austin. I see you're showing our guest from the Commonwealth around.
Yes, ma'am. This is the Sunshine Diner. Grant says that they'll take all of our hard work and turn it into swill. Mr. and Mrs. Somerset run the diner. They're pretty nice. Mrs. Somerset's pies are the best.
How's their food? Other than the pies.
I like it. Mrs. Somerset always sneaks me seconds.
I'll save you a slice of pie, Austin.
Next stop, Horatio. I told you they were nice. Do you like your hair? I like mine. I hate combing it though. Gran makes me comb it.
Austin, that hair of yours is a mole rat's nest.
This is where Horatio fixes up people's hair. Aaron's mom comes here all the time. Gran hardly comes here at all. She makes me cut my hair, though. It's not fair.
If I ever need a new hairstyle, I'll come here.
I hate getting my hair cut. Next stop is Gran. Let's go see Gran. I live with her. She's not my real grandmother, though. My parents died when I was real little. Hi, Gran.
Austin, what are you doing here? Are you bothering that stranger from the Commonwealth?
I'm not bothering him. I'm helping him. That's Gran. She takes care of me. You can call her Dr. Pensky. She acts all grumpy, but it's not for real.
Says you.
She runs our hydroponics lab. It's where we get all our food.
You don't get anything from the Commonwealth?
Nope. Gran grows it all year. She's really smart. Next stop, Miss Katie. Come on, hurry up. We gotta go to the other side of the vault. I'll show you where I go to school. I bet you didn't have to go to school. This is the school. Miss Katie runs it. It's boring most of the time, but Gran says I have to go anyway.
Your Gran is a smart woman, Austin.
Are there a lot of kids in the vault?
Not that many. The Overseer says that we're using population control, whatever that is. Next stop is the medical clinic. Let's go downstairs. I'll show you the clinic. Doc Forsyth and Rachel are okay, I guess. But I don't go there unless I have to. Or unless Grant makes me. This is our medical clinic. If you get hurt or sick, you come down here. Dr. Forsyth says I can't bother him or Rachel while they're working.
Good to know. If I need help, I'll come here.
I hope you don't mind needles. They poke at you a lot in here. Now we go see Erin. She's gonna be surprised when she sees you. Come on, this way! Erin and I spend a lot of time together. She didn't believe me when I said I would bring you to her. Erin, look who I found! The stranger from the Commonwealth.
Wow. You're really from the Commonwealth?
Yes, I am.
Whoa. Someone from the Commonwealth. That's so cool. We haven't had a visitor in a while now.
Thanks for doing my tour. I was so cool to show you off to everyone.
Non-stop music and all the latest news.
This what things
This
look like before
is
the
Diamond
bombs?
City Radio.
Excuse me, mister.
Next
Have you
is
seen my cat?
Personality by Johnny Mercer. Really great horn licks on
I'm
this
heading
one.
out.
And
Don't
no,
wait up for me.
that's
Again?
What happened?
He
But I
scratched
need your
me,
help here.
and I yelled at him to go away. I didn't mean forever, though. His name is Ashes, and he's the best cat in the whole world.
No, I haven't seen your cat.
Would you go look for him? His name is Ashes. He's probably scared and lonely.
Where do you think he may have gone?
Not far. He'd be terrified. I'm sure if there's anywhere nearby to hide, you'll find him.
I'll find him for you.
Thank you! His name is Ashes. He's the sweetest little gray cat. I just want him to come home.
Katie Pinn is the teacher here in 81. You should stop by her class. She's big on learning from outsiders.
Excuse me, officer.
Never had an incident on my watch, and I don't want to start today.
Nice Pip Boy. If it ever starts acting up on you, see Alexis. She'll fix it right up.
If you want a new look, stop by my salon sometime.
Hello, Horatio.
After living in the vault, I can't imagine trying to make a living back out there in the Commonwealth. If the overseer hadn't let me stay here, I probably wouldn't be alive today. Nice place, isn't it? You should think about staying.
You're gone more than... Whatever happened to loving husband and father?
Stop now.
If you want a good meal, see Maria at the cafeteria. She'll hook
Hey.
you up.
You're that wanderer from the Commonwealth. I'm Rachel. I assist Dr. Forsyth with his medical duties. Are you sick or injured?
Do you get a lot of patients in the vault?
No. The people of this vault are surprisingly healthy. If that's all, I have work to do.
Hello, Rachel.
Feeling all right? I can always take a look.
Not now.
Fine.
Welcome, welcome. I hope I'm not being presumptuous, but I'd like to ask you a favor. Would you mind donating some medical samples, even just a blood sample?
Why do you need medical samples?
It's for my research. The people of Vault 81 have been genetically isolated from the Commonwealth for many generations. I'm trying to determine what the genetic variation is between the two populations.
I might, for some caps.
You want to dicker about money? People's lives are at stake here. Either do it because it's the right thing to do, or I'll wait for the next Commonwealth visitor. Just have a seat, and I'll draw some blood. Sit there. This'll only take a sec. There. Hardly hurt a bit, eh? Thank you. This will be a great help. Now, I need to get these prepared immediately.
I'm through.
Hey, does that play red?
Someday, I'm gonna check out the Commonwealth. If my gran lets me.
Oh, you're that new traveler. You must have had so many adventures out in the Commonwealth.
Every waking moment's an adventure out there.
Oh my. I knew it. My kids would love to hear some of them. Would you be willing to talk to my class?
What types of stories are you looking for?
Nothing too violent. I'm sure they'll have lots of questions, though. Thank you so much.
Hello, Katie.
Would you like to tell the students one of your stories now?
What topics should I avoid?
Nothing with excessive violence. And I'm sure they'll have lots of questions.
I'd be glad to.
Wonderful. The kids are so excited. Children! Children, listen up! We have a guest today who is going to tell us stories about the Commonwealth.
Did you ever fight a Deathclaw?
While difficult to confirm, there are reports of clashes between...
How do you know about Deathclaws?
I hear stuff. Gran heard something about them from a Commonwealth guy.
One of the Minutemen helped me kill one once.
Cool. What happened?
I don't know about you, but I'm not sure I'd want to pick sides on this one.
A group of raiders had my friend Preston trapped.
But you rescued him, right?
With orange-colored sky.
Preston showed me where to find some power armor I could fix.
Power armor! Wow.
I wasn't ready when the Deathclaw crawled out. Good thing I had that power armor.
That sounds scary.
Preston and I kept shooting until it was dead.
I bet that took lots of bullets.
Thank you so much for that story. Children, say thank you.
Thank you.
And we have a thank you gift for you. Here.
I hope nothing's happened to him.
Hey, Katie.
Oh, you're that new traveler. You must have had so many adventures out in the Commonwealth.
Poor Ashes.
Hi
He
there.
must be so
I
scared.
wish my mom wasn't working so much.
I can't wait till I don't have to go to school anymore.
Now, where did I put those screws?
Whatever you want, forget it. I can't be bothered with it right now.
Seeds.
Hey, hold.
So you're the new guy. I heard we let someone into the vault. How long do you plan on sticking around?
Why do you want to know?
I'll ask the questions. I'm the one that lives here. I have a right to know.
Long enough to have a good look around.
Well, hopefully that means not long. We can take care of ourselves here in 81. We don't need to be letting in every stray traveler that comes our way.
Hello, Holt.
I hope you don't have anything that needs fixing. I really don't feel like working.
Poor Aaron. Her cat got loose in the Commonwealth.
Batch of pies today? I heard Alexis promised one to Erin, and I know how you hate to disappoint the little ones.
Marcus William Somerset. Oh, don't you go on thinking you're so clever. Those pies are going to be for Calvin and his crew. Lord knows they could use a treat right now.
Hey, you tried telling that to Erin and breaking a little girl's heart. I didn't realize my wife was so cold-blooded.
Mark, I swear, over 40 years of marriage, you need to count your blessings you're still alive.
Maria.
You must be that new traveler Gwen let in. It's always nice to see a new face around here.
Nice place you have here.
Why, thank you. Mark and I try to keep her tidy. The Sunshine Diner, we call her. If you need any food for the road or just feeling hungry, you let me know. Our menu isn't quite as exotic as the Commonwealth, but it'll do in a pinch.
Do you run this place by yourself?
Heavens no, I'd be a wreck. My husband, Mark, he helps me, though mostly with the tasting.
Is it hard work feeding everyone here?
It used to be easier. Back when I was young, we had more supplies than we could count. Why, my mother taught me some recipes that had ingredients that... well, I doubt you could find them anywhere anymore. Since we started trading, we managed well enough, but the variety? Let's just say it's more than a bit lacking.
Have you ever thought about leaving the vault?
Never. Can you imagine? Born and raised right here in Vault 81. It was easier back then, you know. Supplies were high, and the dangers outside were both severe and unknown. Poor Gwen didn't know what she was getting into when she accepted the role of overseer.
How is Gwen doing as the overseer?
It weighs on her, I can tell. We need help from the Commonwealth, but a few people, they don't care for it. Not to mention the state of the vault. Upkeep's got people working round the clock these days. Even me. If people are going to be up all night working, they'll need a good meal to keep them going.
Let's see what you got.
I never get anything done on an empty stomach.
Another new face in the vault, eh? What is it we're needing now, fella?
I gave some fusion cores to the overseer.
Fusion cores? Must be for something high-tech. I was hoping for a crate of mute fruit myself. The people here, they're a bit overworked these days. Some blame the overseer. But it ain't Gwenny's fault. Poor girl. Just landed the right position at the wrong time.
What's going on? Why are people so overworked?
Well, you live in the same place for 200 years. Time just takes its toll. Until the overseer opened the vault to the traders, We were just slapping on one band-aid after the next. Now we're just scrambling to keep old 81 together.
It's not easy being a leader.
Truer words were never spoke. And I wouldn't want her job in a million years. Well, I best be getting back to it. Don't want the old lady on me again. 62 years old and still fiery as ever.
Looking for a meal? Or just a quick snack?
Not today.
That's all right, honey. If you're hungry later, stop by.
Watch out for the maintenance. It never ends around here.
She's looking pretty bad in there.
Need to check the water pumps again. The water smells... This strain is doing quite well.
Excuse me, Dr.
Very
Pensky.
little discoloration. Strong cellular plant structure. Oh dear, I seem to have misplaced one of my instruments. Now, where could it be? I'll have to see how it holds up to exposure. Ah, you'll do perfectly. I'm in need of a willing test subject to try this new strain of fruit I've created.
Why?
It's a new strain of mute fruit that I just developed. It should be nutritious and remove radiation poisoning. But I need a test subject to try it.
Why don't you just tell me about yourself?
Me? I'm the vault biologist and hydroponic gardener. Everything you see here, I grew, including this new fruit I just developed. But I need someone to test it. Sure I can't talk you into trying it?
Is it dangerous?
Well, everything has its risks, I suppose, but that's what the medical center is for.
Nah, what the hell. I'll try it.
Excellent. Just tell me how it tastes and how it makes you feel. Now where'd I put that Geiger counter?
Pardon me, Dr. Pensky.
Did you try the fruit? Tell me, how was it?
It was good. No adverse effects.
I knew it. This is good progress. I'll have to start a new batch right away. Since you've been so helpful, maybe you can help out in another capacity. You see, I need these plants to conduct my studies, and they take some special nourishment, especially the carrots. If you could keep an eye out for fertilizer while you're out in the Commonwealth, I'll be more than happy to compensate you for your efforts.
How much are you paying?
I'll give you 25 caps, non-negotiable. I know how you outsiders enjoy your bartering, but I've never been any good at it.
Sure, I can do that.
Really? Great. I was dreading having to put in another request to the Overseer. Just bring by whatever you can find whenever you have the time.
Travis Lonely Miles, coming to you with another important news story, folks. Seems fighting in the Commonwealth is once again making headlines. This time, the settlement of Bunker Hill was apparently targeted by the Institute. Seems like they're no longer content hiding in the shadows, and are out to prove a point. Reports have come in suggesting that the railroad stood up to the Institute in order to defend the town. While unconfirmed at this time, the possibility of escape since may have been the trigger for this shootout. Things are getting rough out there, folks. Might want to think twice before leaving the safety of Diamond City. There's one for the ladies. Mighty Mighty Man by Roy Brown.
Damn it. I was just holding that wrench.
I can't seem to get the potatoes right. Hybridization. It's got to be a flaw in the hybridization.
I was hoping you'd stop by. Now I know from experience that Commonwealth shows no mercy when it comes to hair. So, how about a trim?
You've been outside of the vault?
Quincy, born and raised. My mother, may she rest in peace, she was a doctor. Imagine her surprise when she learned I'd rather cut hair than stitch people up. But enough about me. How about that hair of yours?
Did you say you were from Quincy?
Sure did. Looks like I was one of the lucky ones, too. Last I heard, gunners had taken her over.
Any news going around?
They say Holt is running around on his wife. Apparently, he and Tina DeLuca are secretly getting together. But never mind about them. Your hair is a disaster. You have to let me fix it.
Any news going around?
Did you know that Bobby DeLuca was a jet junkie? He needs to quit before someone gets hurt, himself included, working in maintenance, high all the time. It's a good thing old Rusty does most of the work.
Heard any good rumors?
I heard Aaron's cat, Ashes, got out of the vault. She's pretty upset. I can't imagine anyone would want to set foot outside to get him back.
Heard any good rumors?
Not much of late, but I'll keep my ears open for you. Sure you don't want me to do something with your hair?
Any news going around?
Not much of late, but I'll keep my ears open for you. Sure you don't want me to do something with your hair?
Not interested.
Really? Sorry to hear that.
Gotta be real crazy or real tough to survive out here.
Hell yeah.
At least that's what worked for me.
Yes?
Stay out of trouble.
Your Pip-Boy ever act up on you? Mine's been glitchy lately.
Oh, you got guts wearing that Pip-Boy in the Commonwealth. I can't believe someone hasn't tried to steal it yet.
Don't try anything.
Tired of these tools giving out on me. Don't they know there's work to be done?
Hi, Calvin.
Sorry, new guy. Not a lot of time to talk right now.
Not even for just a moment?
A moment? Well, I suppose. Not like I actually want to get back to work.
What do you do here?
Me? I'm just the lucky sucker in charge of maintenance here. Sorry if you heard me bickering with the overseer earlier. She and I don't always see eye to eye.
You guys have been living here over 200 years. This place is bound to be in decline.
In decline? You must be one of those politically correct types. Old 81 here, she's a straight-up wreck. Pretty solid for a while, easy enough to keep up with her needs, but in the last few years or so, damn, she got feisty. Been going through tools like they were going out of style, so if you got any, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands.
How much are you paying?
I'd say 15 caps per tool. Overseer won't let me go higher, but I'll take as many as you can grab.
Sure, you got yourself a deal.
Stupendous. One less thing to bug the Overseer about. Anyway, here I am running my mouth when there's work to do. Sorry I can't talk longer, stranger, but mind the maintenance. Shouldn't get in your way, at least.
Calvin.
Damn, I need a break.
Dr. Forsyth and Rachel have plenty of medical supplies to get you stocked up.
I'll be damned if that whole duct isn't gonna need replacing.
That's it.
That was Billy Ward and the Dominoes. You're tuned to the Commonwealth's only respite from the tedium and desperation of post-apocalyptic life. Diamond City Radio. Up next is Connie Allen. Here's Rocket 69.
Let me guess.
Where did that boy get to? Austin? Austin Engel!
Our Commonwealth guest, welcome to the depot. And pardon the clutter, I don't get much time to tidy up these days.
No time? Why not?
Ugh, where to begin? When you're dealing with items that are all over 200 years old, work just accumulates like crazy. Some days it's all I can do to keep my head above water. But you probably don't want to hear about all that. Let me know if you want to take a look.
Do you run this place by yourself?
Well, there's my husband Holt, but once you need him, he's nowhere to be found. I swear the cat is more help than he is.
Why do you say that?
I really shouldn't get into it.
It's all right. You can tell me.
Holt's just changed. He's never around, always claiming he has some errands to run. Back when we first met, he seemed devoted till the end. He actually taught me everything I know when it comes to fixing things. He'd spend every minute he could with me, and of course Erin after we had her. Now, it's like we don't exist, and every conversation we have is a fight.
Have you talked to him about it?
I've tried, but he won't listen to me. He's always saying he doesn't have time.
You'll get past this. Marriage can be hard work. He'll come around.
I hope you're right. It'd be nice if he was even around long enough to discuss it these days. Enough about me. I should get back to work. But let me know if I can help you with anything.
What do you sell?
Odds and ends. A bit of everything, I suppose. But no weapons. Only security guards carry weapons around here.
I might be interested in buying or selling.
Great. I have all sorts of odds and ends.